All right, good morning, guys. God bless. It is a fallback Friday, August the 21st. This month is done. 2026, 7 minutes after the hour. Excuse us for being late. Shawn Harvey Morning Show, featuring Wake Up Team with the Queen Janice, also the Queen Miss Miko. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Boy, this sounds very scripted. Please like, share, follow, subscribe to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show, featuring the Wake Up Team. Like, oh my God, I feel like I'm reading in front of a teleprompter. But I do mean all this what I say, even though I say it over and over again like an idiot. Like, share, follow, subscribe, Shawn Harvey Morning Show, featuring Wake Up Team. On a fallback Friday, we are so happy that you guys are here with us. Come on into the chat room. I see folks are already in the chat room. Some of y'all coming into the chat room already. This is where we get the job done, but the only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Janice, good morning. And how are you guys? Janice is on the phone. She's going to speak to us for a moment because there's a lot going on over there where she lives, but she's going to let us know. Yes. Janice, good morning, and how are you?
Good morning, peace and love, everybody. I'm pretty good considering the fact that we are experiencing a power outage, due to the storm yesterday. Nothing, severe as Gary, Indiana, but yeah, we got a little bit of power issue going on over here. I don't know if a tree fell down, or if there's some flooding going on, or what happened, but we're trying to get through that. So I'm going to race over to the local library or maybe Freeport Library somewhere and try and charge up our devices or whatever. But like I said, it's not as bad as Gary, Indiana, Shawn. Did you hear about what's going on over there? Oh, well, hold on. Let me just back up a little bit. I sent you a video, Shawn, of a tornado that touched down in Nassau County yesterday. 2 tornadoes touched down, and I think it's Sun Surf Beach area. Right. In Nassau County, and the cabanas were ripped to shreds. Like, it's crazy, but I did text it to you. Right. I think it's like the first tornado in a long time. What you gonna say?
I'm gonna I'll put it into the video section and let them see it in a moment. But hold on, wait a minute, Janet. Okay. First of all, first question is, and guys, welcome to the show, any place on earth where you get your morning started right. Our beloved is out there where she lives in Long Island. She lives on the border of Long Island and Nassau County in Queens. Janice lives on the other side where, everybody credit scores 750 points and better. Even in that whole area, even in the Queens part of the area where Janice lives, there's some good working folks over there. It seems like that community where Janet live in the Valley Stream area and all these areas out there. A lot of Black progressive folks that had great jobs, and they all moved out of Brooklyn and Queens, and they moved out to Long Island. And at Long Island, especially that part where Janice lives, gives that 1960s look, because white folks used to be there before Black folks. And before I get into Janice, first, wait, hold on for a second. I just say this. And Long Island was created because of a GI Bill back in the day, if nobody knew that. And I'm not saying I don't know everything. I know nothing. But what happened was, after the war was over in World War II, the feds got millions of dollars to build suburban homes for the veterans who came back from the war. Y'all still following me?
Yeah, I'm here with you.
And when they did that, all the white folks that were in the war moved to Long Island, and plus the folks that were commuting back into New York that didn't want to live in New York because a lot of the immigrants was moving to New York, they moved to Long Island. And just for a historical fact, and I want to be a Debbie Downer, but the federal government back in those days didn't allow black folks that were in the army to apply for these GI grants so they could get their own house because there was financial discrimination. But then after the generations have gone by and black folks have died and white folks have died off and the laws have changed, and all of a sudden black folks started moving out there where Janice lived. And regular hood black folks were prohibited. Is right? Am I on point right now, Janice?
I do believe that you are. I even heard something in a documentary once before that, the overpass that you see, that they're low and most trucks can't get past them. They purposely built them low. This is what I heard in the documentary. Those bridges were purposely built low like that, so a bus couldn't get through, So, but I don't know. I have to, that was years ago when I heard that.
Now that makes sense. Now, Janice.
Because black folks traveled on buses, and so they were trying to, stop the
right
from getting out there. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's very interesting story. It's these are all facts. So you can Google all this for that migration to Long Island, especially that Long Island, that Nassau County Queens border. And and thank God for Jesus. Like my mother always say, Janice is okay because yesterday. And guys, I apologize for not doing my job because I was doing a show in Union, New Jersey. By the way, had low attendance because of the storm. But I saw some horrific videos, Janice, of the Bronx, New York.
Yes.
Some parts of Brooklyn.
Yes.
Queens.
Flooded.
That were flooded out like unbelievable. And I apologize. I was watching it and forgot to put it in the queue for y'all to see it. So first and foremost, I want to thank God for Jesus that Janice and her family is okay. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Now they don't have any power. Now where I live out here in Pennsylvania, the power always goes out. But Janice asked the question: your power didn't go out? No, it didn't. We did have rainstorms. Now, Janice, is your whole neighborhood out of power? Because sometimes it's weird. Like out here where I live, on this side of the street, it's no power. And on the other, across the street, there's power. So is it like the whole neighborhood or just your block?
No, it's not the whole neighborhood. It's not even my entire block, from what I'm gathering, because I didn't go outside and knock on doors or whatever like that, but it seems as though people are, getting up and moving on, and maybe they are moving on a little quicker because they don't have the power. I don't know, but I know that we don't, have it. And I woke up this morning to the, the clock flashing, how it does on the microwave or whatever, and your stove and stuff like that.
Now,
it was flashing, so no.
Janice told an interesting story, and guys, let's give Janice a round of applause because she's on the phone. Put the number one chat room if you can hear her, because of the power situation, she can't get on the feed. But before we went on the air just now, Janice told it was a very interesting story how, and Janice, you might want to I can't remember what you said, but I know one thing that stuck out. You said that the power guy was trying to put the power on, and there was gunfire out there.
No, not out here. It was in Gary, Indiana, because Gary, Indiana has been without power since August 11th. They've been without power, and they shut down the schools on August 13th. But what I was telling you about is a story that I heard about briefly. The electric company was out there trying to fix the problem, so that the community can gain power. And there was gunfire going on within the neighborhood. Someone shot out the back window of the truck. There was a bullet enlarged in the headrest of the truck, and this is a marked truck. Everybody knows that this is, the electric company that's there. I'm trying to find the article real quick for you, but it was that's crazy within itself. And so I brought that up because it seems like we're going through something. This country is definitely going through something in reference to the weather. Like I said, Indiana is shut down, and that's a predominantly black area, by the way. Gary, Indiana is a large predominantly black area. But, what is it? Hawaii, they had their issue yesterday, well, a few days ago with Storm Lala, I think it was called Storm Lala. They had their issue there. So, but Gary, Indiana, they have like maybe a community of 33,000 residents, and they are without power right now. And here in New York, where I am, I don't know how many people are without power here in New York, but on that side of town, that video that I sent you, Shawn, you're going to see the actual tornado. I may have included like a water spout also, like a tornado and the water spout. And then the devastation of, this beach club that was just demolished by this tornado yesterday in New York. What the hell? In New York? Really? And then the flooding in Brooklyn, the flooding in the subways and stuff. Like, this is happening way too often.
Janice is absolutely right. She's sending me the video. I'm just trying to figure out how can I send it and put it on the queue. I'm gonna figure that out while we're talking. Janice is absolutely.
Shawn, this is what you do. You send it to your device, whatever device that you're using today, your computer or whatever. Just send it there, and then when you go there, you just go to your photos. From the iPad, from the podcast website that you're using. Platform that you're using.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let me try it that way. Right.
Yeah, you got a little bit of brain fog there. You just waking up.
Yeah, that's right. Go Janice. Now, this is very interesting. First of all, the situation in Gary, India, and welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning start right. Don't forget, next Saturday, we are here. This is it. Next Saturday, just a week away. Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team, day party, comedy show, podcast, get together, fellowship at Comedy in Harlem. At Comedy in Harlem. That's Saturday, the 29th of August. We got some folks coming out. I want y'all to come on out. We're going to have a good time, good vibes, just fellowship. Y'all see Janice and I all the time. We don't get a chance to see you guys. And we want to show y'all some love.
See you. Yeah, I want to see you. And you know what? I really need this, Shawn. I really need, a really good party, really something to just like inspire me, motivate me, just lift me up a little bit, because there's some crazy stuff going on throughout the year, and I need to pick me up. So I really need some good music. I need some good fellowship. I need some good company. I need to smile. I need to laugh. I need to shake hands. I need to hug. I need a hug. Okay. So come on, give your girl a hug, please.
Well, you just heard Janice, man. She needs a lot for next Saturday. She needs hugs and good fellowship. So y'all come on out and let's have a good time. And the reason why she's on the phone, because there's no power where she lives at the moment in Nassau County. Right. And then she talked about the Gary, Indiana thing, which is amazing how this town hasn't had any power since August the 11th. That is terrible. And for the power guys to go out there to try to fix it, then there's gunfire and fights, and he can't even do it. It's horrific.
Exactly. So the vehicle was struck multiple times, the article says, right? And the gunfire blew out the rear window, and a bullet was lodged directly into the back of the passenger's head seat. So, of course, they shut things down. They're like, okay, no, we can't do anything right now, okay? So that was following the shooting. And the name of their power company is NIPSCO. I don't know what those acronyms stand for. Temporarily suspended, paused. Yep, so they temporarily suspended and paused restoration, to that area until they can evaluate the situation and get things, in order. That's crazy.
Now,
but no one was hurt, by the way. No one was hurt.
And now Janice talks about, which brings up a good point. All your folks that live in the New York area, your power on? Welcome to the show, only place on earth where you get your morning started right. I got the Queen Janice here on the phone because there's no power where she lives, but thank God, her whole family's safe and everybody's good over there. So thank God for Jesus for that. Bring up a very interesting point as well, as far as, as we're talking about the weather. And guys, even though Princess is in the chat room, give a shout out for those Air Harveys behind me. Give a shout out to those in the logo. Give a shout out to those Air Harveys. They're only $30. Janice brings up a good point, though. I don't know, like, I'm not going to go, the world's coming to an end. I'm not, the world's coming to the end, whether, or some kind of weird conspiracy, because a lot of y'all are conspiracy theorists. I look for y'all all the time. I think even Janice got a little dab of that.
I do. I absolutely do.
And don't worry, guys. Don't worry, guys. I'm here to crush all of them, even Janice. But it does seem very weird that the weather has escalated on the East Coast, like weather that usually happens in the Midwest, tornadoes and all that stuff. I mean, we get them periodically from time to time, but the time span is so distant from each other that we don't pay it any mind. And it's a big surprise when it happens. But now we get in tornadoes and hurricanes and flooding. Like, it's almost biblical, because I'm gonna show. It's a 9-minute video that Janice just sent. And guys, put the prayer emojis
Well,
up.
don't show the whole 9 minutes though.
I mean, I'm sorry, it's 9 seconds.
Okay.
Guys, put up the prayer emojis. Janice powers out, and it's not because she didn't pay her bill. Let's watch this video. Let me see if this.
Really bad. We're filming it. Come right at me.
It's a tornado. No, that's just some lightning there. This is a tornado.
I hear it. That is a tornado. And oh my God, it is.
Yo, hold on. One more time. Wait, what video is this? I got the video in there. I know what this is.
Really bad. We're.
Hold on. On a fallback Friday, which Janice created back in the day. Let's play a quick song. This is a gospel house song. You ready? Welcome to the show, guys. Only person on earth where you get your morning started. Hold on, Janice, before I say one thing. And guys, put the prayer emojis up for Janice, her and her families. Okay, Janice, I dedicate this song to you while the power's out.
I feel kind of fly, standing next to you. Baby girl, how do I look in my do-rag? Would you tell me the truth? Stay with me and love me through the night.
Janice does bring up a good point, guys. Hurricanes, tornadoes. This little what is this tornado that was in the water that came onto the land? Like, that's scary. But Janice, and guys in the New York area, before we move on, are you guys all right out there, Princess? You guys okay? Because I saw a video of Brooklyn, New York that looked crazy. And I'm gonna see if I could get the video real quick. Janice, I don't think the New York area, and I'm a New Yorker too, even though I don't live in New York. Am I a New Yorker or am I Pennsylvanian? Janice, which one would I be?
No, you're a New Yorker, Shawn. Anybody out there in Pennsylvania sit and have a conversation with you, they're going to say, Shawn's a New Yorker. You live out here, but you're a New Yorker.
You think so?
Yeah, and you know what, Shawn, you putting that question up, but I asked myself that question about myself. I always say, I'm a native New Yorker. I was born in Florida, but I've been here in New York for so long. I'm a native, but you haven't been over there as long as I've been in New York. So you're a New Yorker.
Guys, put a number one in the chat room if I'm a New Yorker or a Pennsylvanian. Is it Pennsylvanian? I don't even Guys, put a number one in the chat room if Shawn Harvey is a New Yorker or a Pennsylvanian. I need to know. Now, Janice, back to what you're saying was very interesting. New York City, because of its population and its density, and there's really no place to move around for obvious reasons because of the population. But why? Because New York is the mecca of everything. And commerce, business, everything. Everybody, you have New York is for the young and money. And when you get older, you fall back and just watch the young folks in New York.
Right, you fall back and relax. But Shawn, let me just interrupt you and say that's something that I used to say all the time. If you want anything at all, go to New York because you're gonna find it. Somebody somewhere, they got what you're looking for. They got what you need. So yeah, I agree with you when you say it is the mecca of everything, all things. That's why I love New York so much. But go ahead.
And when she says everything, I mean everything. If God forbid you're homeless, or you know somebody that's homeless, and they don't live in New York, tell them to get their asses to New York. Because the moment you hit the Port Authority, they have the social services booth right there for you. They get you some emergency food stamps, health, get you in a little shelter, and start that whole process. And then once you complete the process, 2 or 3 years later, you got you a nice fly ass apartment. So
Okay.
to my homeless folks right now that are listening to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team, and you don't live in New York, get your ass, just get here. See, that's what Janice has made that point. Everything happens in New York. You homeless in Colorado, get to New York. 3 years later, you're a millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is New York built for the weather? Before we move on, is New York built for the weather? Is New York City itself and surrounding areas built for extreme weather? Absolutely
No,
not.
I say no.
Absolutely not. It is not built for it. And then, Janice, they were saying that, throughout the years, New York's been shrinking. It's too many buildings, but it's built on bedrock. But they're saying that, all these scientists and these people who study the earth and land, they're like, yo, in another 200 years, man, Lower Manhattan might be in the East River. So, guys, be careful. I'm going to get up a video right now. Janice, there were people, and I don't know, guys, how you feel about this, and welcome to the Shawnee Place on Earth, where you get your morning started, right? Shawn Harvey Morning Show feature Wake Up Team. We got the Queen Janice on the phone for a few minutes. She's helping us out, and I truly appreciate you. But Janice, there are people, and I know I'm gonna get some of these videos up, driving their cars in flooded water where the car is coming up to the door, almost into the car. My question is, how does the car still operate when the water is almost like engine level? Can somebody help me out here?
I sent you a video, Shawn, just now, so maybe you could put that, get that onto your laptop as well, on the platform to show. But that's crazy. But Shawn, I just want to go back a little bit because you said something about the weather, in New York. It used to be in, the mid section of this country, and now it seems to be shifting over into the East Coast. And this has been happening slowly, because I recall, back in the day, we would take our trips to, the Bahamas or wherever we were going, and everything was cool. The storm was ahead. Everything was cool, but we would go at a time where we would try to avoid the hurricane,
right,
or whatever storm that was coming that way. But now it's gotten to the point where it's like, well, you know what? We're going to be on the back end of it. So if we want to go, let's go, in June, because now the storm is ahead of us and it's happening over in the Atlantic, or you know what I mean? Like, so we're safe. We're good if we want to take a trip. But now it's not like that. Like, it's happening here in New York. We need to go. I'm thinking we should leave New York, actually speaking. This is awful. Did you put the video up yet?
I'm doing. Boy, Janice, you're on point, bro. As I'm listening to you, I'm putting it into the feed. Yeah, but you're absolutely right. Back in those days, we kind of scheduled when we wanted to leave and go places, depending on what the weather was in New York, and whether it was summertime, springtime, wintertime, we would take little trips, or when we was kids, we would go away. Put it on my chat room when you was a kid, you used to go down south to auntie's or grandmother's house. I used to do that. And now in the times that we live in today in the New York area, especially here on the East Coast, the weather has definitely taken on this biblical mindset where when it rains really hard, it's gonna flood.
Yeah, and New York is not built for that. And let me interrupt you again, Shawn. Forgive me.
Don't worry about
I'm just going to point out the fact that usually when these storms have happened here in New York lately, I've been looking at the map and saying, well, where exactly? What part of Brooklyn is this? And, it seems to be somewhere like in the downtown area of Brooklyn, I don't know, maybe a little further out. And then where are these subways, flooding in Manhattan, in New York? And I'm looking at the whole thing and I'm like, man, we're in trouble. We are in some serious trouble. New Yorkers are in some serious trouble. If you live in the downtown area of Brooklyn, I guess that would be like the southern part of Brooklyn, right. I guess. And if you are in the lower part of Manhattan, in the financial district or Canal Street and all those places, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. The New York cannot handle that part of New York. Definitely cannot handle this weather, this flooding, this whatever's happening here. So it's time to move. I believe to more inland, and of course higher ground. Okay.
So then the question is to our beloved folks that live in Brooklyn, like the Godfather, Solar, and Princess, and all these other folks. Are you guys? Is this weather affecting you guys? What part of Brooklyn?
And if it's not affecting them right now, just pay attention to where it's being, where this is really happening, so that we all know, we'll figure out, we'll learn what it is that we need to do. How do we need to pivot from this to save ourselves? It's not the end of the world, no, but things are changing and we need to be aware so that we can change right along with it.
Janice, let's play this video here. Okay. 26 minutes after the hour, guys. Janice is just hanging out with us, I know we're talking about the weather, but it was very extreme. I mean, I know we got other things to get to, but this is very important, and it's affecting all of us, and it's affecting our beloved Janice right at this moment. Let's play this video. 4 seconds, but I'm gonna play it again. There's folks driving through the basically a river that's a street. Oh my God! Wait, let me play. Janice, do me a favor. There was a crash that happened yesterday morning too in the Sherman in New York. A Corvette and a Mercedes were driving at high rate of speed and they got into a crash. It happened on 204th Street and Sherman Avenue in the. Oh, here go right here. Oh, it's right here. Wait, let me see. Here you go right here. Let me see. Anyway. Wait a minute. I got it right here.
Okay.
Just popped up. Thank God for Jesus.
Right.
I know we're getting into weather and crashes, but it's very important.
Will it happen Thursday morning?
It happened Thursday morning. You see it?
Okay.
I want to show these folks this. And one more thing I want to talk about, and I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it.
Tell you what the report is saying.
Okay, all right, go ahead. Because I'm gonna put the video up in a second. But go ahead, Janice, and let's give Janice a round of applause. She's rocking with us today.
It says Thursday morning, August 20th, a speeding Corvette zipped eastbound, collided violently with a Mercedes-Benz. Okay, the chain reaction wreck caused the vehicles to jump the curb. The Corvette hit a 34-year-old pedestrian and slammed into a building while the Mercedes struck a parked moped. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Wow. And so you're looking for the video on that?
Yeah, I got it. And okay. There's one more interesting story, and I'm gonna give this to Janice as well. The video's loading. Guys, welcome to the Shawnee Place on Earth. We get your morning started, right? The last week or the other day, an off-duty police officer in the Philadelphia police force was hanging out in some weird neighborhood bar right?
I'm sorry. Wait, I wasn't listening. Say it again. What happened, Sean? Who's hanging out
The other day, less than a week before, just you can look it up real quick. The other day, in the city of Philadelphia, guys, an off-duty Philadelphia police officer was hanging in one of them weird-ass bars in the hood. Him and his man got drunk, argued with one of the other dudes in the bar. The police officer asked him to step outside in this video of this shooting. I want Janice to pull it up real quick. And the police officer and his friend basically jumped the dude outside the club. This is all on surveillance tape. And the dude shot the police officer and killed him. You can see him on the ground just trying to keep himself alive, and he died. Now, when it first happened, there was this manhunt for this dude, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if they found him yet. But on the video, you can clearly see that the off-duty police officer and his man was the aggressor, because his man beat him, started hitting him. The police, and that's another thing, in the video, and Janice will get the video. In the video, the off-duty police officer gestures on his waist to pull out a gun. Now, when he did that, his man hit the guy. So I guess the victim is looking at a person that's pulling out a gun and his man hitting him. So he took his gun out and shot and killed the police officer. Now, I don't know if this is self-defense, but we're going to get into that in a minute. Janice, I'm going to show this video of this crash that happened in Manhattan.
Niggas always moving around, never moving with their blinkers on, about to crash out. Stay in your lane. It's a powerful impact, boom from the cannon. Hit you from the boat while we down the grilled salmon. Y'all gotta stop it, niggas be out of pocket. That shit you concocted need to be in the garbage. Stay in your lane.
Now I don't know about the lyrics that went with the video. People make a video. This is a crime scene, and people are making rap videos on a crime scene. Like what is that about? But anyway, there's parts in New York City and throughout the country that do all this drag racing. And I understand, like, when you're young, you out there doing dumb shit. And we all were young, and there's some of us have done some dumb shit, and we survived it. And when you get older, that's the experience that you tell the younger folks not to do it, from our own life experiences. But when you're young and you're making money, and I think we've all been there as well, you're full of yourself and the ego takes over, and then you get an expensive car and you start drag racing your car in the Manhattan, in the Washington Heights area. You're driving 100 miles an hour in the school zone. This is your car now becomes a deadly weapon. Janice, you still there? I think Janice's power went out. Janice, I think her phone went out.
Hey.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
And
I'm trying to find the video that you were talking about with the police.
And people who young folks who have this ego and break the law by taking their vehicles and driving them 100 miles an hour on a city street or any street in America is reckless. And thank God nobody got killed. Even though you see the guy hanging out the car, he survived. Everybody survived. But that could have been, and this happened at 6:30 in the morning yesterday. Imagine this happened at 12 noon or lunchtime. Matter of fact, it wouldn't have happened at 12 noon because in New York City, it's too much traffic to be driving like that anyway. And then the guy in the Mercedes, he got up and ran, and they're trying to find him. I don't want to play the video again because it got rap music to it. Now, welcome to the show, guys. Only place
you can turn the volume volume down, Shawn.
Turn your volume.
Yeah, you can turn the volume down on the video. So if you look at the section where you have, the queue where you have the videos, look at the bottom of that video, and there should be like a slider where you can slide the volume and you can mute it.
Okay. Well, listen, Janice is more technical than me. I don't want to touch nothing. This whole thing might go blank. Well, welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Janice is over there with no power, but thank God for Jesus that her and her family is okay. Got you. She just talked about, I don't know if you heard it, but she talked about it's going to rain a little bit today. And now to this tragic story, and this is my fault because and that's another thing, guys. The power went out with Janice, and I had just woke up literally 15 minutes before the show started. I was out of it. I did a show in Union, New Jersey last night, and it was flooded. The highway, it wasn't flooded on the highway, but there was pockets of area of the highway where there was, water on the road. And I was driving. Janice, I wasn't in the middle lane, but I was in the slow lane driving. It took me an hour to get to the show. And Janice, I was literally driving 60 miles an hour on the highway. I was taking my time.
Going 60 miles an hour?
Yeah, the highways, the 78 is like you could drive 65 to 80 miles an hour on that road.
Yeah, but 60 on a bad road, Shawn?
Yeah, I thought I was driving slow. And you know what?
Slower than everybody else, probably.
Yeah, I was driving slow because I don't trust. Thank God for Jesus, I got good tires on my car. But that don't mean nothing. Janice, recently I was coming home from a show and I was on matter of fact, I was going to another show. I was in New York and I was going to the Poconos to another show. And Janice, it was raining. It was raining, but it wasn't a bad rain. It was just normal rain. And this dude in this like F-350 pickup truck, all black, all souped up, black rims. It was a really nice pickup truck. Janice, I'm in the middle lane, and Janice, I'm driving 75, 80 miles an hour. I'm pushing. Everybody, it's a good traffic flow. He comes behind me, gets into the fast lane, and kind of aggressively drives past me to kind of say, like, yo, you moving too slow. And Janice, he goes up a quarter mile and cuts in front of me, right? But Janice, when he cut in front of me, the road was wet. Don't you know he lost control of this vehicle driving 70, 80 miles an hour? Wow. It did a 360, slammed into the medium on the middle of the highway, ricocheted over to the other side of the shoulder where you pull over, and crashed into that twice.
Oh man!
And all the traffic slowed down. And while he was doing the bumper car thing, right?
Okay.
And then we all braking. Now we're slowing down, right? And by the time he was finished crashing, Janice, he had the look of embarrassment because we all looked at him like, "Look, you're an idiot, bro." This happened because you
drove past him thinking, okay, that's what you get.
Right, because he drove past all of us.
Right.
But he made himself the show.
Right. Driving past everybody aggressively, like, hey, get out the way, move, itch, get out the way.
Right.
Like, I have some place to be, move. I hate those drivers, and I always wish I shouldn't. But I always wish that something like that would happen. Like, I hope the police officers up ahead to catch you, sir. Like, and something else I hate, Shawn, about being on the roads, those small compact cars who are zooming down the street and they're going in and out, in and out, in and out. You know, traffic is moving nicely. Everybody's got their speed, you know, whether it's 60, 65, 70, everybody is moving. But all of a sudden, you have these little cars that come up from behind you, and they're doing like 90, 100 or whatever, and they're going in and out, weaving out, you know. And it's not just one, you know, it may be 5 of them. And it's like, okay, now you're trying to, you know, drive steady and everything and hope that, you know, they don't zoom past you all of a sudden and scare the bejesus out of you, because that's what usually happens to me. Like, oh, shit, you know. I hate that part. But anyway.
You know, yeah, yo, Janice, you are absolutely right. Those people drive fast or speed up in a car that doesn't have the suspension to hold the car down onto the road. I saw that happen, Janice. I saw that happen as well. I was driving one Sunday morning to New York. Hold on a second. I was driving to New York one morning, and this guy had like an old school, like Toyota Corolla kind of a car, and he's weaving in and out of traffic. Janice, he's weaving in and out of traffic and acting like an idiot. And Janice, he weaved one time too many, and the car couldn't sustain its balance because he had this old ass suspension, this old ass car with old ass tires.
And these young dudes who are in these cars driving like that, they don't realize that the car could hydroplane, especially, you know, when the road is slick or whatever. But yeah, go ahead, I get you.
Yeah, and Janice, he dipped in and out of traffic. He did one last dip, and the car couldn't control itself and crashed into the guardrail. And we're looking at him like, you are like the dumbest driver on earth. Okay.
I drive past saying, thank you, God, it wasn't me. I'm not involved in that shenanigan right there. And I hope that the driver's okay. That's all idiot.
Yeah, well, you're better than me. I was like, good for your ass. That's just what your punk ass get. I want to see if I could show this video real quick. And then we're going to get out of here, guys. 42 minutes after the hour. Janice, I truly, truly appreciate you for rocking out with us. Let me see if I got this video, because I want y'all to see this. I got half of the post, but let me see. Wait. They don't. I got the video, but I can't. They won't let me.
It's the video for what? What video are you?
I wanted. They had a video of the off-duty police officer that got shot.
Oh yeah, I couldn't find.
It's here. I could see it, but let me see.
I wasn't sure which one you were talking about because there are quite a few of them. Basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Now let me see if I could play what this woman is saying real quick, and it just brings up, before we get out of here on a Fallback Friday, it brings up my point that I wanted to make with this is the fact that police officers do a tremendous job for the community. I would never deny that. We got some dirty cops, we know that, but I believe that the majority of police officers are good people, Janice. I mean, I think I don't know.
Absolutely.
But here's,
you know what. I just want to, let me interrupt you again, Shawn. The police community is just like any other community, gay, black, white, whatever. There are good people in all of these communities, you know? So, yeah, I think the police officers, they do a great job. And like you said, there's some bad cops and there's some good cops. But go ahead, Shawn.
No. There's a press conference here. I'm just randomly play. I don't know. Like, let me see. And guys, I do apologize. I thought I should have locked this video in. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, do police officers, when they off duty, or correction officers, but let's stick with the police officers, or you know, we got correction, or we got D-Lo Mathis is a retired correction officer, I believe.
Oh, clap to that.
Right.
Yay. Girl, you survived. All right.
Yeah, right, D-Lo, right? You retired corrections, right? Anyway, and if you're not, I apologize. I know you retired from something that got to do with law enforcement, I believe. But Janice, the thing is, I think a lot of these police officers and correction officers, they because they mindset is built for policing and corrections that they can't turn that off. It's not like a job that at the end of the day, probably you stop, you don't be a police officer until the next day. I think that you're a police officer around the clock.
Right. So just because you take off that uniform and that hat or whatever, that's not embedded in your DNA, but the whole entire, I don't know, the system is embedded in your DNA.
Right. So I think this is a situation where the police officer, this young man, was in a club late night, and I'm trying to figure out why is this young man in this like shady bar and you're off-duty police officer. But I think that, and my condolences for, to his family, is the fact that maybe you brandished a gun, your service gun, you got your man with you, like I think maybe you might be above the law, and I hope that that maybe that cost you your life. Let me see what this young lady got to say real quick before we get out of here.
We're here, unfortunately, for the death of my brother. I just want to say, we all know here in Philly we have a gun issue problem, a gun violence issue, and I'm just begging, pleading for us to stop the senseless arguments, stop the senseless fights. Let's not argue or fight over things that don't really matter the next day, especially bringing guns into it. It's never necessary. My brother is a really friendly person. He's really sweet, and he's a generous, giving person.
They have to know it's them dying too, because they're killing each other. So stop it, please. That's the only thing I can say. I want this thing to stop.
See, this, Janice, did you hear that?
I heard, yes.
It's very sad. No one should die for any reason. But this young man, the police officer and his boy, I'm assuming that they're in the bar and they drinking. And they attacked this dude. The police, Janice, the off-duty police officer and his man attacked this guy. This guy, I don't know if they caught him or not. I want to follow this case. But Janice, the guy who technically is the victim has a case here because the off-duty police officer and his man jumped the dude. The dude happened to.
If he's got a gun that's not licensed.
Right. So say if he has a gun and it's not registered, then he probably still going to spend the rest of his life in jail because he's killed the police officer. So they're going to probably throw the books at him. But if this man has a registered gun,
right,
in the state of Pennsylvania, he got a case here. I'm gonna get that video. Janice, the off-duty police officer and his man jumps him. But before the off-duty police officer that this young lady's talking about her brother, he puts his hand on his waist to sort of say, like, listen, I got a gun. The other guy hits him. The moment that happened, the victim pulls out a gun and shoots the police officer. Janice, he's on the floor, trying to get up, and he's in agony and he's pained, and he dies. The police came in, the police car came over, took a look at him, and he was gone. So I bring up the point with policing and corrections, like, do you turn that off? Like the sister's right. Like all this fighting doesn't need to lead to gun violence. But when you brandish a gun, you don't know what the other why did this escalate like this to lose this man, for him to lose his life? So my whole thing is, like, before I yield my time to you, Janice, sometimes with our occupations, especially with policing, you might want to fall back a little bit and not be in an environment where it's 1 o'clock in the morning, you in one of the worst neighborhoods in town, in one of the worst bars, and you're a police officer, and you're drinking, and you with your man. This is a recipe for just disaster. I yield my time.
Right. And so being a police officer, no matter where you are, if you are off duty, don't take the opportunity to pump your chest, just because you are an officer of the law, but you are an off-duty officer of the law. So you need to fall back. But Shawn, I've said this many times before, we need to show kindness to one another as often as possible. Just regular people going in and out of a store. It doesn't hurt to hold the door open for somebody or smile or wave, or something like that. A lot of people are going through a whole lot of mental issues right now. This country is truly stressed the F out. You listen to what's going on, in the government, how they are stealing from people, shutting down all types of government funding. What are they doing with that money? Okay, they are building helicopter ports. They're what are they doing? Okay, but anyway, people are stressed out. They are mentally going through changes. We all are mentally going through changes, and we don't know what the next person is going through or has gone through. When they are in front of you in line at the coffee shop or whatever. You don't know what that person's going to do. Be kind to that person. Don't get so offended and so aggressively upset because they didn't hold the door open for you or something, or they accidentally bumped into you or something,
Yeah.
Everybody needs to really fall back and chill out for a minute. Think before you act, because you never know if that person does have a gun.
Okay. And you talk about the economic issues of this country before we get back to the gun. This is how America is in most of us right now.
You got some chain for fire? Got chain for fire? Got it. Chain me.
Janice, this is the United States of America right now.
You got some chain for fire? Got chain for fire? Got it. Chain me. All right. Man, get my fire.
Janice, this is all of us in this country right now.
You got some chain for fire? Got chain for fire? Got it. Chain me. All right. Man, get my fire on. All right, bro.
You gotta play the ending, because that's who we really are. That ending. We're crying.
All right, this is us in the country. Okay. Here we go.
You got some chain for fire? Got chain for fire? Got it. Chain me. All right. Man, get my fire on. All right, bro. Man, get my fire on, man.
Janice, you're terrible. You're terrible.
That part. Give me my $5 back, please.
So again, this is a tragic situation. We're gonna get out of here. It's 52 minutes after our trip. Let's give a round of applause for Janice for going the extra mile for being on the show this morning. Her power's out, and we wish all you guys, hopefully you guys are okay over there, Janice. Now, just to wrap this thing up with this, and then we're gonna get out of here. That your ego will get you killed. Yeah, your ego will get you killed, man. Especially when you're young, it'll get you killed. Like, and liquor and alcohol. Like, I don't think that these three men, the officer, again, unfortunately, may rest in peace. He should have never lost his life. But this wouldn't have happened, I believe, in a sober mind in the middle of the day. There's no way that these three young men, if it was 11 o'clock in the morning, would not behave like this. I think that also the ego and the alcohol has everything to do with it. But listen, when you have a gun and if you pull out a gun or you show somebody the gun, you better use it, because you don't know what they have.
Right.
Janice, you cannot pull out a gun without using it, because you don't know what the other person has. You know how many people are dead now because they brandished the gun, but the other person shot them and justifiably shooting them?
Right.
And if you have a gun, and if you're a police officer and you off duty, don't drink. You shouldn't have a gun while you're drinking. I'm not saying that that's the case here, but our condolences and for this unfortunate situation. All right, Janice, guys, don't forget, next Monday we are going. Next Saturday It's going down. Shawn Harvey One Show featuring the Wake Up Team. Day party at Comedy in Harlem. You guys come on out. We're going to have a great time. We're going to meet and greet. We're going to dance. We're going to fellowship. And I want to see everybody there. Janice wants to see everybody there. And Janice says she needs a lot of hugs. And don't hug her too weird, bro. Calm down on the hugs with Janice.
Don't be weird about it.
Don't be weird. Don't be weird about it. Okay. So guys, we want to see y'all in the building and we appreciate you. Janice, thank you so much. Janice, you have the last word. God bless you. But before we get the last word, Janice, I'll close out on the inspirational music. Go ahead, Janice. Last word.
Basically, I want to say you never know what someone else is going through. So just be kind. Be kind. Treat others as you would want them to treat you. And that's all. Peace and love. Have a wonderful weekend. See you on Monday.
All right, guys. We truly appreciate you. See you on Monday. Let's close out with some gospel house music. And Janice, I would say wave. You can still wave at folks even though they don't see you, Janice. But Janice, don't smack yourself because you're in the dark right now. All right, we are out of here, guys. God bless y'all. Y'all be safe.